If your hair has been shedding like confetti at a New Year's Eve party and you've tried everything, it might be your minerals, not your product. Today, we're talking about one that's overlooked, but it's absolutely essential for hair health. That is selenium. So it's not trendy, it's not flashy, but if your levels are low, hair growth slows, your scalp gets cranky, and your follicles can't do their job. Now, selenium is one of the most underrated nutrients for hair health. So if you're a Black woman over the age of 40 and wondering whether or not this mineral might just be the secret for healthier, fuller, or stronger hair, then you are in the right place. Now, today we'll break down selenium from A to Z. So I'm going to tell you what it is, signs that you might be low, how to get it, and how it might affect your hair growth and your overall health. And if you're new here, my name is Kendra, founder of 180 Hair, and I help women over the age of 40 transform their hair health using holistic solutions. Now, what is selenium really? I want you to think of selenium as tiny but mighty. What does this mean? Selenium is a trace mineral, meaning that your body doesn't need a lot of it. But what it does need is non-negotiable, meaning you absolutely have to have this small amount. Now, it helps your body to do things like create antioxidants, it supports your thyroid function, and it also helps to fight inflammation. All of these things are connected to hair growth. So you think of selenium as like your scalp's bodyguard. It protects your hair follicle from damage that can stop the growth before it even starts. So how does this relate to your hair? So let's talk about it. Selenium's behind the scene work indirectly helps your hair. A healthy thyroid, a strong immune system, and all of these are also important for your hair growth and your hair growth cycle. Now, scientists have agreed that no hair benefits from loading up on extra selenium, okay, unless you are extremely deficient, and that is something that your doctor will be able to tell you. Your body only needs a small amount, like I said earlier, and that's about 55 micrograms. So you only need that much per day. So think of it as like the fraction of a grain of rice. That's all your body needs. Although selenium is a very important mineral that your body needs, it isn't a magic hair growth potion. Don't go out and buy selenium supplements thinking that this is going to magically make your hair grow. It is a supporting player. So selenium, along with other minerals and superfoods, set the stage for healthy hair. All right. Think of it as one piece, one major piece of the puzzle that is your hair or your overall hair wellness. All right. So why this matters to you is that if your scalp feels tight or if it feels itchy or inflamed, your hair may be falling out or seems to be falling out faster than it's growing, then selenium might be a piece of the puzzle that no one is talking about. How do you know if you are running low on selenium? Now, your body does not flash big warning signs, but it does drop small hints. Remember, your hair is a messenger, so it's always telling you things that are going on inside of your body, whether it's good or whether it's bad, whether it's a deficiency or whether it's a product that you're using. True selenium deficiency is pretty rare in the United States, but it can happen, especially if you have certain health conditions or if you're on a very limited diet. But here are some signs that I want you to watch for that you may possibly be low on selenium. The first one is hair loss or thinning, irritated scalp, or brittle nails. Now, remember, if your hair is shedding more or is getting unusually thinner, it could be a symptom of low selenium. Now, of course, we know that hair loss can have many causes, and we'll get into that, but this deficiency is definitely one possibility. Another symptom of a possible selenium deficiency is feeling weakness or fatigue. Okay. Now, feeling exhausted or weak all the time could be a symptom because selenium does play a role in energy metabolism. All right. So low levels might make you feel a little bit weaker than normal or have you feeling like your battery is drained. Okay. Another symptom of a selenium deficiency could be brain fog. Now, if you are struggling to concentrate or you're feeling mentally cloudy, a lack of selenium could be contributing to that. Foggy feeling. And then another symptom is a weakened immune system. If you are getting sick more than usual, selenium does play a role in immune defense. So low levels might make you more susceptible to colds and infections. Now, if you are ticking several of these items off the list and you're like, Kendra, yes, my hair is thin, my nails are brittle, I'm tired all the time, my muscles are weak, I got brain fog, and my immune system is weak. Listen, it might be worth looking into your selenium levels. However, remember that these symptoms can overlap with other issues. For instance, hair loss and fatigue could also be a sign or something due to thyroid problems or anemia, which is tied to your iron levels. So, interestingly enough, selenium and thyroid health are linked. The thyroid gland does hold selenium, and a deficiency could definitely be possible or contribute to thyroid imbalances, which often lead to hair troubles. Because remember, most of the time when we are dealing with thyroid issues, we are also dealing with hair issues as well. Okay. Now, because the deficiency in selenium is more uncommon in the US, doctors don't routinely check for selenium deficiency here unless they have a reason to. Now, you would be more likely at risk of a deficiency if you're dealing with certain conditions like Crohn's disease or other digestive orders, which can impair your nutrient absorption or which can impair how your body absorbs the nutrients that you take in naturally anyway. Okay. Also, if you are on kidney dialysis or if you eat a diet very low in selenium rich foods, you could also be susceptible to a deficiency. Now, the good news is for most people, a mild selenium insufficiency can be corrected with diet or with food. This is going to bring me to my next point. Okay. So you don't necessarily need a blood test to pay attention. Your body also always leaves clues. Like I said in the beginning, your hair is a messenger. Your hair is a messenger. Your hair is a messenger. And if you're over the age of 40 or if you're vegan or if you have gut issues, your absorption might be compromised, even if you are eating selenium rich foods that I'm about to discuss in the next section. So, food sources for selenium. Now, listen, you don't always need a supplement. Selenium is found in some delicious everyday foods, so a balanced diet usually covers your needs without any special effort. In fact, I always preach food first, and this is for good reason. Whole foods comes with a package of nutrients that work together, and it's harder to accidentally overdo it if you get your nutrients from food versus from taking a pill. So, before you think about pills, let's raid the fridge or the grocery aisle for selenium. Now, before I list the food sources for selenium, go ahead and tap the like button so YouTube knows that this content is helping you. And if you want to learn more about hair health beyond products, go ahead and subscribe. So, food sources for selenium. So, I'm going to list a few here. Of course, there are more that we can get into, but for the sake of simplicity and keeping this video short and to the point, I'm going to give you just a few. Now, the first one, this is going to be the number one rock star of selenium, and that is Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts contain a very high concentration of selenium. And so just one or two nuts can provide more than a day's worth of selenium because remember, your body doesn't need a lot. This is a trace mineral, okay? So these are a great natural supplement, but be careful. Don't eat a whole bag because selenium overload is a thing, and we'll talk more about that later. The next food is going to be seafood and fish. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy around seafood and fish, whether you believe in eating certain things or you know that there's a lot of harmful things in the seafood and the fish in our current environment. I will leave that up to you. I'm just giving you the information. Do with it what you will. Okay. So many types of seafood are selenium rich. For example, you have tuna, halibut, shrimp, oysters, and crab. So these are going to be good sources of selenium if those are the type of things that you like to eat or enjoy on a regular basis. Another thing is going to be meats and poultry. So selenium is present in meats like beef, and you only need a small amount, like a 3-ounce steak provides about 60% of the daily requirements of selenium. And then you have chicken and turkey. If you're into organ meats like beef liver, no judgment, but those are also especially high in selenium as well. Another thing is going to be your grains and cereals. So, for instance, things like cooked brown rice or certain types of beans contain selenium. So also whole wheat bread, oatmeal. If you enjoy a bowl of oatmeal in the morning with some whole grain cereal or whole grain toast, you're getting a bit of selenium there as well. And then last but not least is going to be your dairy and your eggs. Now, dairy products like milk, eggs, yogurt have a modest amount of selenium content. It's not as high as the other foods that I mentioned, but remember, every little bit helps as part of a balanced diet. And these things, although they are not selenium rich, like all of them are not selenium rich, they do contain other nutrients that your body needs to operate at an optimal level and that your hair needs for healthy growth. So remember, you're not eating these foods just to get the one thing. There is a complement of nutrients that you need in order to help your hair health. Okay. So the takeaway, you probably don't need a fancy pill or fancy supplement. A lot of the ladies that I work with, a lot of my clients, they always want to know what pills to take, for hair growth. Okay. Remember that when you take pills or when you take supplements, a lot of times you have to continue taking those. All right. It's best to get your nutrients from food. So you can make yourself a meal that is rich in selenium and the other things that your hair and your body needs. So imagine if you have like a turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread, a cup of yogurt, or if you have some grilled fish with a side of brown rice and some veggies. You are getting most of your selenium requirement there and then some just from eating food, and you never had to pop a pill. And one thing I want you to remember when taking supplements or taking any type of nutrient in a pill form, you can sometimes get something that contains more than what's stated on the label, and you don't want to risk an overdose. Many times also, I find that if certain supplements or pills have not been third-party tested, there's no telling what you may be getting inside that pill. So unless you have done your due diligence and vetted a lot of these companies, or you've checked the reviews, or this is a company that you have purchased supplements for or from in the past, unless again, this is something that your doctor or your nutritionist or your dermatologist or your trichologist has tested and they have recommended it for you. So I'm going to say this again, food first. Food makes it easier to hit the sweet spot. Plus, food brings along other hair-friendly nutrients, your protein, your vitamin, your biotin, and your zinc. Okay, so as a rule of thumb, supplement only if necessary. Always prioritize foods first. Okay, I can say that over and over again. I will never get tired of saying food first. All right, so don't start guzzling selenium pills on a whim. I know it's tempting. We go into these nutritional aisles where they have all these supplements, and we want to get one of each, or we want to find one pill that has all of these things in it. Listen, too much can be harmful. Okay, it's so much easier for your body to even absorb the nutrients properly if you get it from your food. So one more thing on food or on selenium before we move on. Some shampoos, especially anti-dandruff shampoos, you may notice an ingredient in the ingredient list, selenium sulfide. Now, this is a form of selenium that is used topically. This can help control dandruff on the scalp, of course. That's why you find it in dandruff shampoos. But it doesn't feed selenium to your body. So lathering up your scalp with extra selenium-based shampoo will not fix the deficiency or boost hair growth, all right? It just tackles the surface yeast and flakes that a lot of times we have or that cause scalp issues. So to nourish your hair from within, say it with me, food first. So if you are interested in learning more about the specific foods that contain the nutrients that your hair need for hair health, I have two resources. The first one is an ebook or 7-day guide called What to Eat for Healthy Hair Growth. So this is going to help you to eat like you love your hair. It's a 7-day guide that I give you 3 meals to eat for 7 days. Each of these meals are very important for your hair health because they contain high levels of the nutrients that your hair needs to reset and to start growing healthier. Also, the second resource that I have available is minerals and superfoods for hair health. So this is going to give you a list of nutrients that your hair needs, and it's going to list out the foods that contain these nutrients. Okay, so I'll leave the link to both of these resources below and you can check them out and decide which one is right for you. Here's the kicker. You can be taking all of the right supplements, but if your body isn't set up to absorb those, then they won't help in the first place. So there are a few reasons why selenium might not be the magic bullet that you hoped for. All right. So the first reason is you weren't deficient to begin with. Now, this is a big one. If your selenium levels were already okay, then taking more won't make your hair grow super thick or super fast. All right. So your body isn't like a bank account where you can put extra deposits in and get bonus hair. In reality, extra selenium beyond what you need is either flushed out of your body or worse, it can accumulate and cause trouble. So it's like watering a plant that's already well watered. The excess water just overflows, or even worse, it might rot the roots. Just remember, if you're already getting enough of a specific nutrient, getting more of that nutrient does not necessarily mean that it's going to have a better result, specifically speaking for your hair health. I tell women a lot of times, especially with things like biotin, they think that if they take a high dosage of vitamin that their hair is going to grow a lot faster or a lot thicker. But most of the time, what our body does, especially when we're talking about synthetic versions of nutrients, so a synthetic version is like a supplement or a pill, our body typically does not absorb that as well. And then what it doesn't absorb just ends up coming out when you pee. So another reason that selenium might not be working for you is your hair loss may have another cause. So hair loss is very complex for most of us, okay? And often there's more things at play than just a nutrient deficiency. It could be stress, hormonal changes, age, genetics, thyroid imbalances, anemia, other vitamin deficiencies like low vitamin D or low iron, which is more common, especially in Black women as we get older. Now, all of these things can cause hair thinning or shedding. So if your hair issues stem from something like hormonal changes or tight hairstyles, where you're wearing really tight braids or things like that back to back without any break in between, selenium alone won't reverse that. So another reason you may not be seeing results when you take selenium is that you're not giving it enough time. Okay, you have to be consistent and you have to give it time. Hair growth is slow. Y'all have to remember that. We're talking, most of us, especially the older we get, about ½ inch per month. Some of us are not even getting that. Let's say you started eating better a few weeks ago, okay? You may not notice a difference in your hair yet. New hair growth and strengthening existing hair and all of those things take time. It's just like going to the gym. If you go for 1 week, yeah, you may feel better, but you won't start to see those external results until you've done it consistently over time. And another reason could be absorption issues or certain interactions with other medications or other things that you may be taking. So in some cases, even if you are taking enough selenium, your body may not be able to absorb it well. And we talked a little bit about this earlier. So for example, if you have gastrointestinal or digestive issues, like Crohn's disease or celiac disease, these things tend to hinder your nutrient absorption. If you're taking the selenium, it might just pass right through. Taking selenium alongside other medications like zinc or iron supplements could also affect the absorption of it if not timed properly. So when you're dealing with taking nutrients individually, you have to understand the things that they interact with, okay, and how they work with timing, how they work with other medications, and if they are going to help the issues that you're having in the first place. So just hearing somebody say, oh, you need to take more selenium, you need to really take a look at your current medications, if you're on any, the foods that you're currently eating, if you're already getting enough of that, and if you have any issues, especially digestive issues, that can affect how your body absorbs nutrients. Another reason that selenium may not be working for you if you've taken it or if you are currently taking it, you may be overdoing it. Too much selenium can sabotage your hair. Yes, this is true. Selenium toxicity, that means having too much or too high levels, can cause hair loss, breakage, or brittleness. Now, it sounds counterintuitive, but your hair needs balance, okay? Overloading on one mineral can throw that balance off. Weird symptoms like a garlic odor from your breath or a metallic taste in your mouth, these are also symptoms or signals that your body may be getting too much selenium. If you have any of these and your hair is shedding, it's possible that you've gone overboard if you're already taking a supplement. So no, more is not better. Cut back and let your levels normalize, and then see a doctor if you suspect that you have took a little bit more than you should have. Remember, hair health is a holistic game. All right. Once you get serious about your hair health and your body wellness, then you'll understand how all these things work together as a system. All right. So, your nutrients, your hormones, your stress, and styling practices all play a role. Selenium is just one player on the team. By all means, ensure that you're getting enough of all nutrients. Yes, selenium is very important, but don't pin all your hair hopes on selenium alone, okay? And this is why I created the 180 method. So the 180 method is my signature method that's based on 3 pillars when it comes to hair health. That's your mindset, your habits, and your nutrition. If you are interested in continuing to learn more about that, then continue to watch these videos. So your next step. So this is action time. Now that we've demystified selenium, let's talk about how you can take this knowledge and put it to work for healthier hair. So before I move on, I want you to know that I'm always dropping videos that go deeper than just using products. All right. So if you're serious about growing your hair, really serious about growing your hair from the inside out, then hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss these videos. I'm always dropping free game, all right, on these videos. A lot of times, the stuff that I'm giving you, people will charge you money for. So just remember that if you are interested in going deeper, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Now, really quickly, just to give you a little bit of encouragement to move forward, make sure you take a food first approach. I don't know how many times I said that in this video, but I'm going to say it one last time. Also, check your supplements. If you are taking like a multivitamin and it has selenium in it, then you probably are already getting enough. The only issue that I have with a lot of supplements is that by the time they get into your gut, it doesn't fully break down. So you really don't get all of the nutrients or the full amount of nutrients for that anyway. That's why I always, back to my last point, recommend food first, but avoid adding extra selenium if you're already taking something that includes it. The third thing, make sure you consult a professional before supplementing. My little disclaimer is I am not a medical professional. The information that I'm giving you here is based on my 10 years of experience with helping women over the age of 40 with their hair health. Okay, so take that however you choose to take it. But at the end of the day, make sure that you are working with your doctor or your medical team if there is something that you are concerned with regarding your hair health or the nutrients that you are getting each day. So if you are questioning whether selenium is the right mineral for you, then that's a good indication that you are interested in learning more about the total package when it comes to your hair health. All right. So don't just stop here. Keep going and try to figure out or get to the bottom of what could be causing your hair issues, because there may be other nutrients that you are missing out on. And last but not least, be patient and be positive. Keep an encouraging mindset. So mindset is one of the first things that I help women deal with when dealing with hair loss, okay? Because hair loss is definitely an emotional thing, and we have to deal with that first. And so improving your hair health is a gradual process because of that. You may not see dramatic results overnight, and a lot of times we get discouraged and we don't want to move forward, and we say that the product doesn't work, when in reality we just need to give it more time, and we need to be more consistent. If you are watching this video and you are resonating with a lot of what I'm saying, trust me, you are not alone. I have talked to hundreds of women, and this is a common theme, okay? We're all navigating the same hair concerns. We're tweaking our diets. We're learning how our bodies change with time. It is a process. So just know that whatever you are doing, if you are moving in a positive direction, keep up the good work. Stay positive and make sure you are learning as much as you can about your specific hair type. Your hair profile is what's going to make the difference in all the information that you hear and all the products that are thrown in front of your face and marketed to you on a day-to-day basis. If you want someone to give you a specific breakdown and help you understand your hair profile and some of the things that you should be looking for when buying products or when looking at nutrients or when trying to understand the types of hair habits that you need to let go of or start incorporating, I do mini email sessions. So my consultations are 2 levels. I do an email session and we can do a video call. So it's up to you. I hope that you found this information helpful today. Your hair is not just dry or damaged or thinning or falling out. It's hungry. It's speaking. It's telling you something. And it's my job to help you to listen and understand what it's saying. So we want to feed our hair what it needs and then watch what happens. Drop a comment below if you've tried selenium or if you want to know more about other minerals that can work from the inside out to help with your hair health. And don't forget, like I said earlier, to subscribe for more videos where we grow hair and confidence all at the same time. All right. So again, thank you all for being here. Remember, you deserve hair that's healthy and growing. It's my mission to help you get there. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.